Thorne.
It doesn't even matter because everybody's switching their sexes constantly.
You know what the best thing God ever did was? Boobs!
I think there's some money to be made in some sort of exchange with everyone switching where, like, you know, if you need a penis, take a penis. If you have a penis, give a penis. You know?
I just totally forgot why I was laughing.
I just don't like joking about.
Oh, Bella.
I know that you
Bella.
like to, but
What is he doing? What is he doing?
There is nothing wrong with joking. Nothing wrong about that. It's not everybody is that sensitive. Not everybody needs to be that sensitive. Even the people who are doing that, I don't think would need to be offended by that. Everybody is so easily offended. You kids, you wake up offended.
Bill Maher. His only real value is his willingness to trigger his own side, something that no other late night show host on the left is willing to do. And even if Bill Maher has some absolutely garbage takes about, his still his ongoings, he's one of the worst suffering from TDS I've ever seen. He does tend to at least be willing to call out his own side. And there was an interview he did with Bella Thorne, who I don't even know who that is. Sounds like some sort of OnlyFans person. Apparently now he's getting canceled. He's getting angry. The left is mad at him for quote unquote cruelly mocking Bella Thorne's anxiety to her face. Look, I'm somebody who, does have anxiety, suffers from anxiety. And, it sucks mocking that, but that's not the reason they're actually upset. They're mad because he made a totally benign trans joke. Here it is.
There's a lot of trans, I always see that in the paper about somebody who has switched their sex, which if that's what makes you, that's that what blows your dress.
Yeah, she looks like she's really suffering from anxiety, ripping a joint and dancing around.
bad bitches all the way.
Who?
Yes. Bad bitches.
Fat bitches. Why
Bad bitches.
Oh, bad bitches.
Bad bitches. Be who you are. Yes. Claps.
Right.
Claps.
Is she on? I mean, she's some sort of Hollywood weirdo dancing to music that isn't even there.
Makes me happy.
I mean,
makes her happy, huh? Okay, cool.
I think there's some money to be made in some sort of exchange with everyone switching where, like, if you need a penis, take a penis. If you have a penis, give a penis. If
it's just a joke. He's essentially saying that that if you are a male who wants to become a female, then you can give yours to. That's the joke. That's the joke. That's the horrible, disgusting joke that has launched the media into a frenzy.
people are becoming like men to women, they're going to cut off their penis.
Yeah.
And then there are women transitioning who are going to need a penis. I feel like if there was some exchange.
That's the joke.
Maybe Bitcoin could be involved. You could, no?
I just don't like joking about.
Oh, Bella.
I know that you
Bella.
like to, but I
This
I
is
don't
where
think
the
it's
anxiety.
funny.
Oh, for
I don't
fuck's
think
sake!
it's
What a
funny.
shame. That is where
I'm
you're.
sorry.
That is. You don't have to be sorry, but I'm not
don't
sorry
think it's
either.
funny.
And that is where your anxiety comes from. There is nothing wrong with joking. Nothing wrong about that. It's not everybody is that sensitive. Not everybody needs to be that sensitive. Even the people who are doing that, I don't think would need to be offended by that. Everybody is so easily offended.
I think she starts crying here.
Because I don't know if you're really offended or you're just worried.
Maybe get off the weed. Okay? Get off the weed. You know, weed doesn't exactly help anxiety.
That you're going to look offended.
No, I'm 100% offended. Like when I think about, you know, someone's trauma and the videos that I have seen that are so fucking bad.
Oh my God. She has a mental
have to
breakdown.
Worry about walking on the street, just being themselves. Like,
no, they don't. No, they don't. Trans people do not have to worry about walking down the street. They're worshipped. Are you kidding me?
That's fucking anxiety. That's why I don't like to like joke about it, because, you know, someone hears it and on a public platform is so bad because
She's
you're like
crying.
kind of low key spreading like this, like, oh, ha, 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 ha. And it's like, it's not funny.
Bill Maher is just like, oh my God. By the way, what videos are there of trans people who are not allowed to walk down the street? And by the way, she says there's so many of them. There's literally piles. Where are they? I don't even know who Bella Thorne is. I don't even like. She's some Disney. Oh, she's a star of a Disney Channel show called Shake It Up. When she was 13, she, of course, recounted how she had bad things happen to her. Okay, fine. I guess. And then everybody's like, here's the Daily Beast. Oh, he cruelly mocks her anxiety to her face. No, he's not mocking her anxiety. He's mocking the fact that she's having a mental breakdown over a joke. He went after her on his podcast, Club Random, yesterday, picking on the actress for opening up about anxiety. I didn't see that. After pouring himself a drink at the jump, Maher seems to spend the rest of the episode slurring his words, even interrupting Thorne as she attempted to explain her struggles with mental health. The discrepancy began when Thorne opened up about how she, quote, fell into weed as a result of her anxiety, which immediately agitated Maher. What is it with you kids and anxiety, he questioned. What causes all this anxiety? Though Thorne attempted to explain that there's a constant bad everywhere you look, Maher wasn't having it. He argued with the actress, saying that it was a disingenuous argument that her generation doesn't know what is going on in the world. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. And the amount of kids on like SSRIs and all this other kind of stuff, it's at an all-time high. Kids have never been more deranged and more upset and more weak. That's just a fact. So anyway, so how can you be that concerned with what's going on in the world, Maher said. I know what's going on in the world. I should have anxiety. I follow it. You kids don't. You don't even know what the F is going on in the world. What are you even upset about? A fair question. Later on, he told Thorne that young kids need to get off social media. That's where the anxiety, apparent cancellation comes from. That's true. The real kicker, though, is came out with Maher continued to blast Thorne's anxiety even after she'd opened up about her father's passing and childhood trauma. I think a lot of people who are the most anxious have the most privileged lives, Maher said. He's right. When you're worried about where your next meal comes from, you don't really have a lot of time for anxiety. Maher said, prompting a of disapproval from Thorne. Look at your life. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants to be you. The pair were talking about young people ignoring certain major events in the world, i.e. Ukraine, the coup, environmental disasters, in order to prioritize their own mental health. I don't think that it's a very narrow mindset in the way that trauma, Thorne said, defending herself. Everyone really has their trauma. What's happening in Ukraine is unspeakable. That's something else. But as far as trauma for every human being, I mean, she actually did have bad stuff. She actually did have bad stuff happen to her. But a lot of what Bill Maher said is also true. Like, I don't really understand how these kids have so much to worry about. I think there's some studies, some days, that's going to show that there's a link between screen time and anxiety. I'm almost certain of it. Screen time and self-esteem issues, screen time and depression, all this kind of stuff. Maher admitted that obviously what happened to her was very, I mean, like with her, having her, talking about, someone putting their hands on her when she was 6 years old. Obviously that's, maybe why she got into selling her body on OnlyFans, if that's what she does. But, I mean, I think that kind of stuff happens, but, I think that the modern generation, Gen Z, is extraordinarily fragile. Has there been any good studies into the food that we're eating, all these lab produced foods, and the rise in anxiety? You think a lot of people had anxiety in the 1800s? There's a lot of reasons why we are the way that the way these kids are, and they're also told, by their teachers and all these other people that, yeah, this is what you definitely you have anxiety. You better get on these pills. You better do this. You better do that. I don't have a lot of time for it. I mean, I've definitely dealt with anxiety, like literally. I take a pill every day for it. It sucks. Hoping to get off them. I think getting some more exercise will help. But, I think that people getting this upset over it, I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure if that's the equal other side of it all.